All right, we are on Thursday, week 1, sentence 1. The club didn't meet because Kate was sick. I has to babysit, and Jack hurt his ankle. First thing that I kind of want to point out with this sentence is that we have 3 things why the club didn't meet. It was because Kate was sick, I had to babysit, and Jack hurt his ankle. That's considered a list. Whenever we had a list, we put in commas. So the club didn't meet because Kate was sick, comma, I has to babysit, comma, and Jack hurt his ankle. Whenever we have a list of things, like say there's 3 things, you always have one less comma than there is in the list. So if you have 3 things in the list, you have 2 commas. So some other corrections, the club didn't meet. You'd want an apostrophe right there for didn't. You want to put that apostrophe in. Some capitalizations, obviously Jack would get capitalized. I is always capitalized. That's a pronoun. Here we have the has and have problem again. In this case, you would still go with the have because you're talking in a list and you're talking about Kate was sick, Jack hurt his ankle. You still have that plural effect to it. So you want to go with I have. I have to babysit instead of I has to babysit. With I, it kind of changes that rule. And Jack hurt his ankle. You'd have a period there. So we have the club didn't meet because Kate was sick, comma, I have to babysit, comma, and Jack hurt his ankle. And that'll be all for number 1. Number 2, would you like some hot chocolate with your cookies? First of all, we're not capitalized right here, so would needs to be capitalized. It's the wrong would, Y-O-U-L-D. Would you like some? That's the math term of some. That's not the sum we want. We want the S-O-M-E sum. Chocolate is really misspelled. Again, I'm just right-clicking and going up to the correct spelling. And would you like some hot chocolate with your cookies? You want a question mark there after cookies. And this is also the wrong use of your. With this, you're saying some hot chocolate with your cookies. No, you want to have ownership of those cookies. So you just want to go with Y-O-U-R with your cookies. Would you like some hot chocolate with your cookies? Number 3, they asked to add a suffix to the word hibernate. Now, suffixes come at the end of words, and we'll do a lot of work this year with knowing what our suffixes are and what they mean. The best one for this would probably just go hibernation. That would be a good suffix to add that T-I-O-N at the end there. Number 4, we have underlined the subject and circled the predicate in the sentence. The hockey players and their coach were photographed for the newspaper. Now, at the beginning of the year, we talk about subject and predicate. They want the complete subject and the complete predicate. And so what that's going to be, the complete subject would be the hockey players and their coach. It's the subject of the sentence. They're the subject of the sentence, and so they would get underlined. Your verb part would be were photographed for the newspaper. It's the action. What were they doing? Well, they were photographed for the newspaper, and you would want to go ahead and circle that part, and I can go ahead and do that. So I've circled were photographed for the newspaper. Now, if we move on to number 5, we have she hadn't noticed the package on the front steps. Again, we're looking for the subject. The subject is she. It's just she. And that's even the whole subject part. What did she do? She hadn't noticed the package on the front steps. Now, sometimes I find it's a little easier. So you should have hadn't noticed the package. That's going to be your full complete verb there. We had little problems there with the computer, so at least I have it highlighted up here for you. I hadn't noticed the package on the front steps. And that is all for Thursday, week 1. Go ahead on the back of your paper, write down one thing that you learned.